Here are the 5 best CS2 investments I'm making this month with a $400 budget. I'll walk you through the supply data, price trends, and the reasons behind each pick so you can understand the market better and make more informed choices. Firstly, the Budapest major sticker capsules have recently gone on sale. As a comparison, the Austin capsules performed decently since removal, mostly thanks to an initial spike, but their sale period was unusually short, so it's hard to use it as a direct benchmark as people didn't really have a chance to stock up as they often do. Nevertheless, the Contenders capsule stands out to me. It's only the second time 16 teams are featured in one capsule. If we take a look at this data collected by Emshin CS, we can see the total application rates as of January 22nd for the Austin foil and hollow stickers of each team. The legend stickers are, as always, clearly the most popular, with roughly 160,000 total applications between the two rarities. But then the Contenders are actually second place. The legend capsule is usually the most popular, but therefore also sees the most redemptions. And we can actually see that from Austin, it's currently the cheapest one on Steam. I personally think the Contenders capsule is the way to go, so I'm picking up 200 during the sale for 25 cents each. Even if the play is to simply sell on the removal spike, we could see a decent return. Before we continue, this video's sponsor, SkinSwap, is giving you a skin worth up to $50 entirely for free whenever you do your first trade and use my referral code. If you want to refresh your loadout, you can trade your skins for brand new ones in just a couple of seconds. Plus, the new Chinese markets feature lets you purchase cheap skins from Chinese sites directly, without the need for a Chinese ID or bank account. They accept deposits via crypto, MasterCard, and Visa. If you need to cash out, SkinSwap makes that simple too, with instant sell options to PayPal or crypto. On top of that, they run free daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, with the chance to earn extra tickets simply by trading. Use my link or referral code for a 3% lifetime sales bonus and a free skin worth up to $50. Big thanks to SkinSwap for supporting the channel. Next up, I think the Train 2025 collection is an interesting pick. With only 2 souvenir packages from Austin and Budapest, and being the least popular Armory collection in terms of redemption numbers, supply is still low. I'm not entirely convinced it will be the next collection removed from the Armory, given it was the most recently added. However, long term it could do well, especially thanks to the Tech 9 whiteout. All whiteouts are hard to trade up for since the formula change. However, the Tech 9 float range of 0.06 to 1 is actually even worse than the other whiteouts, which often sit at 0.06 to 0.8. That means if you can get low float inputs, they could be extremely valuable in the future. Late night transits or Glock green lines with a float below 0.0106 would be solid choices in particular, as this is the threshold required to trade up for a factory new whiteout, and both have the full 0 to 1 float range, so do not see harsh scaling like the other mil specs. Because of the budget for this video, I can't buy into the whiteout directly, however I will buy 3 of these fillers around the $19.50 price point. I'm obviously overpaying for floats here and will be more liquid than some of my other picks. They could see heightened demand as trade up fillers. If you can set up a few buy orders, I think that could be a smart play as well. As always, I want to mention that this video is not professional financial advice. CS2 skins are virtual items and can be highly volatile. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so please do your own further research and consider your financial position before making any decisions. With the recent buffs to the MP7 and MP5, we may see high usage in both professional play and matchmaking. Therefore, some skins that haven't seen much love in the past could be brought into the spotlight. I'd be looking for some of the cheapest skins from discontinued cases or collections in particular. To name just a few, the MP7 Cirrus from the Glove case, MP7 Asterion from the Gods and Monsters, or MP7 Fade from the recently discontinued Inferno collection. Especially if you can pick some of these up for cheap with a buy order, I think there's room for growth. I was able to pick up 10 Asterions at $9.50 each. While in prior months I'd usually make a case recommendation in this monthly series, I won't recommend any in this video. I'm still holding thousands of them under the $2 price point, however I recently sold off a large portion of my more expensive cases, especially my glove cases, when the prices saw a huge increase. I'm just not entirely sure where cases are going, so I'm trying to focus on other areas for the moment. But if you want to hear more about my current case thoughts and opportunities in this area, I suggest you take a look at this video where I break down the upcoming legislation and what I think is the best case market opportunity right now. I also wanted to mention the Anubis collection. I suspect that Valve will add a new 2026 Anubis collection with its reintroduction to the map pool, given they removed the old one from the in-game store just a couple of weeks back and announced that they will actively looking for skins in the Arabesque and Arabian mythology theme. Therefore, skins from the old collection may rise in price in the long term. Currently, prices are slowly coming down from their removal spike highs, but I certainly think that in the coming months, some of these high tier skins could be solid pickups. Supply is quite tight overall, and because it was removed from the store without warning, there weren't a ton of people hoarding investment supply either. Definitely a collection to keep your eyes on in the months to come. In number 2, I'm putting the other 2 Armory collections, Sport and Field and Overpass 2024. I strongly believe one of these 2, if not both, will be rotated out of the Armory in its next major update. Interestingly, this data from Spinney, which shows the total supply of industrial skins from each collection, highlights that redemptions of the Sport and Field have actually surpassed Overpass as of the last few months. I suspect this is primarily because the Overpass collection got a new supply wave from the major souvenir packages. Regardless, these are the older skin collections in the Armory, and the Sport and Field in particular is seeing a bit of a price dip after the hype cooled off from a potential January update that never came. I'm buying field-tested Crimson foils around $5, as the M4A1S Fade is float capped and does not require factory new inputs to come out in factory new from trade-ups. On the other hand, I'll buy factory new monster melts from the Overpass collection, as all the skins here have the full float range. Finally, I'm once again talking about the Elemental Craft stickers. According to the application rates and prices I took earlier in January, I identified a discrepancy between demand and pricing for a number of stickers, highlighted in the difference column. Over the last few months, I've focused on stocking up on high heats and bolt charges in particular, so instead this time around, I've decided to buy 500 bolt strikes at 16 cents each, as my data breakdown suggests that they're currently undervalued. However, if you want to hear my full analysis for this sticker collection, I've made an entire dedicated video already, so be sure to check it out next. Thanks so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.